we are again with another deliciously motivated mindset discussion with me and my dear friend Deb. Hey, Deb.
Hey, deliciously motivating. I love the way you say deliciously motivating. When you say deliciously, I just feel oh yes, deliciously motivated.
I was telling somebody the title of our podcast, and they were thinking, wow, that had no idea what I meant by deliciously motivated mindset, but they thought it felt great.
I know, because you usually refer delicious as food, but delicious is just, to me, is just nice feeling.
It's just yumminess. Yumminess.
Yeah, yumminess.
Absolutely.
Yumminess, yeah.
Anyways, I've been looking forward to our conversation that we've planned for today, all about New Year's intentions or resolutions or goals, that kind of mindset piece, because we're coming into it now already, wrapping up 2019.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe we've started December.
I know.
It's pretty scary, pretty freaky to go, where did the year go?
Well, it isn't, because, and we were just talking a wee bit about this before we came on air here, that I have a whole process that I do for myself, and I actually encourage my clients to come through this too, is, as you know, I'm a tarot card reader, so I might sit with tarot cards and actually reflect on how has the energy of last year served me, where was the blocks, how did it feel, and I also go through a bit of a process to claim a one-word theme for every year, and I've been doing it for over 12 years. I think I might even be coming into 14 years on that. So 2019 for me, the theme was intentional. So very much, in doing that, it really helps you decide on where you headed. So if somebody comes along and says, here's an opportunity, you can check in to see, does that line up with the theme that you've chosen for yourself? Does that make sense?
And I think that's a great one, because we don't often reflect on certain things. So actually, is this in alignment with who I am, instead of, oh yeah, I'm going to help a friend out or do whatever.
Yeah.
Is this in alignment with who and what I would love to achieve this year?
Yes.
Or forever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But even pieces that like I said, 2019 was intentional, and I think that really led into the starting things like doing the podcast with you. That was being intentional. It's actually a really good example of this intentional idea, because I had that intent years before, but then having our conversation and actually stepping into doing this, that totally is in alignment with me being intentional. Why am I doing this? Because I have the intent to be of service, right?
Absolutely. And for me, it was definitely like, intentional wasn't one of my words, but doing this podcast with you was something I'd love to have done, but it was too hard in my mind. Right. Of going, oh no, it's just too hard. It's too hard. Mm-hmm. How am I going to do that? Mm-hmm. I need someone who's a genius, who's going to be in alignment with me. No one's in alignment with me, all the excuses. And then I met you and went, oh, that's her. That's her.
There it is.
So I was intentional, but I just didn't know it.
That's right. Intentional.
Until now.
Yeah. But and I as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about different people who have had other themes running alongside, and myself. I remember one of the years was ease, and so therefore ease is a really great theme, because like your point, if you're spinning an idea to do something, you're not going to choose the option that does not bring you ease. So you can use that. That's a really lovely way of saying, how can I have harmony? How can I ease into what it is I want to achieve, what I want to accomplish? Yeah.
And I also think, even though, like with the word ease, I think even though we're so focused, we want everything with ease, realistically, you're not going to get everything with ease.
No.
So you can just do the best you can, and you're going to have challenges. Like, life isn't rosy all the time, but it's how you handle life. So that ease is, you can flick things around to go, okay, so like this morning, I had internet trouble talking to you, and so I'm like, how can I resolve this? Okay, well, I'll just hotspot, we'll just do this, because I'm in a country place right now.
Mm-hmm.
The internet's not that great. And so it's like, what can I do to make that ease?
Right.
What can I do? What solution? And so that's, instead of just beating yourself up over, oh, this is not going to work or whatever it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Intentional.
that's the other part. So that's the other part about the setting intentions. Now I know that it's kind of got a wee bit of a bad rap by many people in my circles about saying New Year's resolutions. We're kind of talking about that, but we're kind of also encompassing a lot of different aspects, because it's really important when we sit down and do our year in review that we don't beat ourselves up. And sometimes resolutions do that, don't they?
Well, we absolutely do, and I think, even just someone saying, "Have you set your New Year's resolution?"
Yeah.
My every core of my being just clenches tight. My butt goes, my legs go, my head, my shoulders, and I'm just like, that New Year's resolution used to be an amazing word, and now I'm just like, stop. People go, I'm going to lose weight this year. I'm going to do this. I'm like, well, if you're going to do it, you would have done it. Okay,
Exactly.
point blank.
Exactly.
So I love the word, how you say, instead of New Year's resolution, I love the intention. What's
Yeah.
your intention? Because it just seems, it's an ease word. It's
it
achievable.
Is an ease word. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's achievable, easily achievable.
Yeah.
But going back to that, we do go, oh my gosh, I haven't lost my weight. I didn't get the job I wanted. I didn't get the partner I wanted. I haven't saved the money.
Mm-hmm.
All those things. And then, what's the point in doing it?
Yeah, exactly. So then I'm not going to do it next year.
Yeah, wasting my time and energy. But I love for people to actually acknowledge where they've been and what they've done.
Yeah.
So for my personal growth, I know where I was this time last year.
Right.
I know where I was mentally. I know where I was financially. I know where I was physically. I know where I was in a family stability environment. I know where I was, and acknowledging where I am now to where I was, and then the year before that.
Yes.
Where were you last? The year before that, what were you doing? Financially in your business world, your clients, what were the things that were coming in often to you, and a couple of years ago was one of my best business years. Like last year wasn't as great, but looking back at that and just going, okay, what did I learn? So maybe not financially, but what did I learn in that? If I was to put a dollar value on that, how's that evolved? How's that changed? And I just feel we don't acknowledge where we've been enough, and but not beat ourselves up over that. Yes, I didn't have the best financial year, or yes, I didn't lose the weight, or whatever people are wanting for their their vision, but actually going, but I did do this. Right. But I did do this, I separated from my husband, not me, just clarify, separated from my husband, or I actually went out and got a job that I love to do, or, I went and had some amazing friends, or whatever it is. Look at the things that have been of value to you that you've learned and uplifted yourself over.
I really love what you how you just put that, because the thing is that the theme or the vibe that I was getting while you were explaining that or describing that was that there's always gifts in everything. So in your example of maybe I didn't in your example of I didn't lose the weight. So funny story, I just realized I just stepped on the scale this morning and looked and thought, well, I was stepping on the scale because I haven't done it for a long time, but I'm doing this, I haven't lost the weight. And I stepped on the scale and thought, oh my God, I actually was a lot lighter than I thought I was.
Boom.
So the piece being that in my mind, I've not paid attention to it. I've been overeating. I've not been exercising. And then I go and step on the scale and I'm probably like 7 pounds lighter than I actually thought I was. So here's the piece that I'm trying to kind of get to, is that in that, either you did it or you didn't. That's such a masculine energy. That's why I think resolutions and goals have got such a bad rap, because it is either you're right or wrong. You did or you didn't.
Yeah.
But really with intentions and with feminine clarification, we're always doing the best. However that evolves or comes through. right?
I love, I'm covered in goosies here. It's just even saying that word intentions, it just feels like you can't fail.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't, if you set an intention, you can't fail,
that's right.
because, the goalpost can be moved,
Mm-hmm.
for all those things. But your intention, and it's not saying you set an intention at this level and then, you're not going to get it, so you shift it back
And
down.
then
You
you
just work
settle.
what's worked
No,
for you.
that's right.
So, yeah, and you settle. Every day, every day you can set your intention. Today I'm going to achieve this, this, and this.
Yep.
And if I don't achieve it, but it's something set and concrete in your mind. But if you don't beat yourself up. It can be moved to the next day or that night, or who
Right.
can you have to help you or something. But the
Mm-hmm.
intention is just a lovely, you're right, it's not resolutions or goals, which is quite heavy.
Yes.
It is it is, it's just end.
It sets itself up for a did or didn't, right or wrong,
Yeah.
fail or
Yeah,
fail.
right or wrong, that's
Yeah,
exactly it.
right or
It's not
wrong,
a
success or
failure.
failure. Yeah, yeah. And so the thing is, to me, if I set an intention to feel good emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, I set an intention to feel good. I'm not defining what that is. I'm not defining the how of that. But then I
Yeah.
can get gifted with the realization of it,
Yeah.
right? Like I said, stepping on the scale and going, oh, I'm lighter than I thought.
Yeah. But even that, well, see, that would have blown you away. You would have gone, oh, I did laugh because the other day I saw a photo of me when I was 16, and I showed my sister, and she went, oh, you were thin then. And I remember at high school, I was like, thank you. I
Thank
took
you.
that as a compliment. The way, maybe not the way she said it and how she looked at me, but I remember actually thinking at school, I was the biggest girl at school. I was like and I remember thinking, God, I didn't like getting into my swimming costume, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it now and I go, God, I'm way bigger now than I was back in high school. Okay, God, I thought I was big then. But it is like, I really love the word intentions. I really love, and it's ease. It's
Mm-hmm.
ease. Yeah.
Ease and so to inspire our listeners, that word can be anything. It can be anything that you want to create more of. A really good friend of mine, well, I have a couple of friends. One of them, hers was freedom. Another one, hers was magnificence. Another one was flourish. Actually, the year before,
Oh,
2018 was
flourish.
flourish for me. Was 2018.
What did you say the first one was? Freedom.
Freedom.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. You see, freedom to me is a word that goes, so what does that mean? Does that mean like what does that mean? Not doing anything, or free to make your own choices, freedom? But I do, yeah.
Or freedom to work wherever you'd like to, as opposed
Freedom to make your own choices, yeah.
Yeah. To make your own choices, freedom to decide how much you're going to work in a day and how much you're going to play.
Yeah.
Freedom
So
to.
how would people pick that word for their 2020?
Well, there's a number of different ways of doing it. You can just do it with taking your favorite deck of oracle cards or a tarot deck, see if there's a theme that comes up there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just, in your example, you said about reviewing. Where were you this time last year? How did that feel? And compare. And look, was there a theme to the things that you enjoyed doing? And so ask yourself the question, what do I want more of? What do I want to create? What do I want to experience? What do I want to feel? What do I want to be known for? What do I want to be seen for? What do I want to resemble? What's my legacy? These are all questions that will actually help you bring that word out.
Yeah, I love that. What do I want more of?
Yeah.
That's just what do I want more of? What do I want more of? Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the stuff that gets your juices flowing and everything, at ease. That's the ease stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Truly
You
is.
want more of that, not necessarily the cake. But you know
Although
what more
in it, that sometimes that is what it is, just more cake.
yeah, more more heartfelt connections,
Yeah,
more genuine people around me,
more
more money in the,
fun, more
whatever it
play.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
more fun, more laughter.
yeah, more heartfelt connection, more hugs,
I wonder
more
what my
love.
I'm going to figure out what my word is for 2020.
I've been working on that, and I actually haven't said it out loud to anybody yet. So maybe we'll do it here. So actually,
Oh,
this one, and this is funny. This is why I know it's my word, because it makes me scared every time I look at it.
oh, okay.
Not
Oh well, there you go. I've got my goosies.
not
Yeah.
scared in a bad way, but scared in a, oh my God, am I powerful enough to claim that?
Oh my God, it's going to happen. Is more. Oh my God,
Or
you're
claim that
like,
as
am I
a
powerful
theme.
enough? And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen. Is my thing. I love the two minds are very different, but so not.
So my theme for 2020 is transcendent.
Oh,
Oh, see, dear, that's the reaction. Like,
oh,
isn't that amazing?
oh. That's the most goosies I've had on this call.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
That's a good acknowledgement that that's the
holy
word.
shoot. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, bring on 2020.
Oh, I know. I am so excited for 2020. It's like it's stepping into a new era.
That's in everything. That's
Mm-hmm.
transcendent as in everything. Your surroundings, the people. That's
Yeah. And that's when you know that you've got a really good word, when you know, when you kind of look and you can ripple it all
it's
out.
in your core.
Yeah.
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 Oh, juicy. And now and everybody, you've heard it here first. It's done. It's
It's
locked
done.
and loaded. It's in black on the white paper, and it's in white on the black paper. It's locked.
Absolutely. But do you know what? Now that we're talking about this, for our listeners, what I can do is I actually have a PDF report that I'm going to make available to our listeners through our website. And our website is deliciouslymotivatedmindset.com. And so just on the side, and I won't do an opt-in or anything, you can just have it as a download, just as a gift, because I'm very passionate about helping people realize that they are the authors of their life experience. And this is one of the best ways I know how to do that, is to let go of the old year. That's what my PDF is called, is releasing the old year and bringing in the new. So I'm going to, so Deb, I'm going to do that for our listeners, is that I'll put that there.
I think that's inspiring. Thank you for that, because that is definitely a gift for people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm going to ensure, I would love people, this is me being a right and you will, I would love people to actually give feedback and say, after, especially after listening to this call, but also reading the download, what was going on for you mentally when you were reading it? You can talk about physically, because I listen to my body quite a bit. What was going on mentally for you, and then give us the results. Let us know, because
we'd love to hear your word.
Yeah, absolutely.
I teach you how to do it in that PDF. You'll get insights on how to do it for yourself.
I'll put mine up.
Yeah.
Oh no. How did that came out very quickly.
Now it's recorded.
Brace myself. I know. Yeah. I'm actually holding onto the chair going, brace yourself. You just publicly said you'll put it out there.
But that's what makes it even more magical, because I have been publicly announcing mine every year.
Yeah.
There's a number of people do it, and they all come from different backgrounds and different methodologies of doing it. I have a client who I believe she's chosen warrior for her 2020.
Oh, holy moly.
I know. I'm so excited for that one. It's like, let's do that one.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that one. Holding onto my chair. Oh my gosh. Okay, I bet you I'm going to get that one. Oh, wow. So what tool? Wow. So yeah, that's good on. I'd love to hear how they go.
They're all discombobulated now.
Yeah. Gosh. So tell me, how do you set your intentions? How do you set your intentions for the year? Do you break them down monthly? Do you say these are this is what I'd like to do? Do you just go, this is what I'd like to do by the end of the year? Like, how do you set yours?
Yeah, it's an excellent question, and I don't.
Okay. Neither do
I. That's actually not true. So and like I said, I do. Actually, I've been offering this to a number of clients. Is that I created a tarot spread for this, and so with that, we're looking at what is the theme, and then what's the theme of every month. So I might do something like that. Now, I have an overriding kind of intentionality about me to be a catalyst for change, to help people take ownership and responsibility for their lives. So everything has to feed into that. So at times I will just press pause and say, am I on track? Do I need to course correct? Do I need to eliminate certain, because sometimes we can all go down rabbit holes and we're thinking, it's definitely this partnership's going to work or this project's going to be, and then you go into it and you think, oh wait, it's not in alignment with that. And so for me, I think it's just I'm always doing. The answers to where you're headed will only come to you when you're in action. So it's like,
hang on, that's a great quote. They'll only come to you when you're in action. That's a great quote. Because yeah.
And so that's my thing, is so people will ask me, oh, what was my plan or what was my intention? It's like, well, my intention was to make a difference, and so I had to get up and start doing something.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we do things, we realize that's not the best way. And we improve and course correct. And I'm reminded of that saying, I don't know who said this, but entrepreneurs or people who work like we do, we build the plane while we're flying it.
Oh, that's
And so it's like, we've lifted off, and if I need to keep doing a bit of maintenance and building, I'm still in motion, right?
I've just written that down because that's exactly it. And the other thing, entrepreneurs, I also call solopreneurs.
Solopreneurs.
Yeah, because entrepreneurs, you're entrepreneur, that word, there's quite a few words that actually challenge me when I hear myself. Entrepreneur, like I look at Elon Musk and those, they're definitely entrepreneurs, but a solopreneur to me is somebody who's just started out, or, they might still be 5 years in their business and just still working themselves, doing their own thing. Solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. I like that. Build the plane while flying it.
I see myself more as a soulpreneur, though, because everything I do is coming from my heart, and it's about everything I do is based in spiritual isms.
Oh, soul, S-O-U-L. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So that's who we speak to.
Yeah, soul, coming from the heart. Yeah.
Yeah, and that can apply to anybody, regardless of what their work background is.
I do Dr. John DeMartini's. He has once a year in Australia. I go, and he does a master planning for life, and it's over 2,200 questions now.
Wow.
And it's in 3 days. It does make my brain hurt.
I bet.
3 days at a classroom, and you've just got your laptop and your workbook, and you work through it. So I mean, there's 7 areas of life, and you choose whatever area you want to focus on, and it just makes you get really clear of setting your goals or intentions or where you'd like to do. But it makes you break everything down. And so, as much as I don't do mine throughout the year, I just assign those 3 days and a day afterwards just to regroup myself and go, okay, so if I was, say for example, because everyone talks about, well, not everyone, but let's just go to the weight one. If you'd like to lose weight, what's realistic that you'd like? And you've got to make sure that when you set these things that they're realistic for you. And also be aware of chaos that can come in. So if I was to talk about weight loss, what is realistic of what you'd like to lose? Now, is it actually about losing weight, or is it about toning your body, being able to run up the stairs and not sound like a huffer puffer when you get to the top and actually still hold that conversation, you know.
Yes.
So that you have to really look at what it's about, and then breaking down what do you need to do to achieve that. Is it about your eating? Is it about what goes in and out of your mouth? And when I say what goes in and out of your mouth, it's also the things you say to yourself and you say to other people, you know. And weight loss is also around your mindset, you know, because if you are emotional eater,
right,
you know, get labeled emotional eater, you know, someone says something to you and you just eat, you know. But when you let your emotional baggage go, you know, your weight also disperses as well. So it's not, you know, so it's looking at all those, what are your intentions? And it has to be, the key word is realistic expectations. What is your realistic expectation on doing this?
Right.
But it says, okay, if you want to get this done, you know, in a month, okay, so let's break it down. And you end up breaking it down to every hour. Is there anything that you can do every hour? Now, that can be a little bit obsessive, but it also can go, okay, every hour I just need to drink a little bit of water and get up and stretch myself.
Move
and then
my
sit
body
back
a
down.
wee bit.
Yeah, so it's making you aware of, being aware of your intentions and making them achievable. Now, so if I said to you, you have to think about weight loss every hour, I'll tell you what, if somebody said that to me, I would be really grumpy, because I go, well, that's just going to run my mind. It's going to take me away from my business. But if you just know every hour you just get up and stretch, so be it.
Right.
Like,
so it's breaking it into the realistic, quantifiable pieces for you. But something I really encourage all of my clients, and really it's important to me to bring into this kind of conversation, is I really encourage people to not call it weight loss. Because think about when you lose your car keys. What do you do? The first thing you do, if you realize you've misplaced your car keys, is you're going to turn that house upside down until you find it, right? That is the pattern for a loss. If you lose something, you go frantically looking for it. So when I talk about releasing weight, letting weight go, it completely changes the dynamic. So what can I do on an hourly basis that will lovingly release excess weight?
Yeah.
Right? And that there makes it, to me, that makes it more like a game, but it's done based
it's not heavy.
love. It's not heavy, and it's based in loving and accepting who I am in every moment. Right?
Yeah.
So I think
I like
the
that.
power of words is so, so unbelievable. You know, the words that we say about ourselves and to ourselves have massive impact. I think far more than we actually even realize.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than when you hear other, you know, and well, there's a blog post on its own about what goes in and out of our mouth. But
truly.
But even that, you know, you hear people who say, you know, oh, I'm fat, but you know, I'm big boned and I've had it for years. And you just think, why would you even repeat that to yourself?
Yes.
Why would you even say that to yourself? Why do people need to hear that? Why do you need to force that into your mind?
Yep.
So it is your intention of what's happening.
Because that is the thing, because you're right, we are all self-fulfilling prophecies. So if we
absolutely
go around saying, well, this is this way and it's because of, right?
Yeah, and I think we forget what words we use to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, that's another part that I've had this conversation with many clients, is to just pause for a second and look at, what are you saying internally? You know, looking at yourself in the mirror. I see lots of women my age and around my age looking in the mirror and oh, there's all this gray hair or the lines on their face, and oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm old. And so I ask them, number one, get clear on what are all those pieces of dialogue. But then I ask them, would you actually say that to anybody else ever?
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Because it's not true, is it? Like, would you actually look at somebody and say, hey, you're fat? Or hey, you shouldn't be wearing that because it makes you look ugly, or
yeah, and you so wouldn't. You so wouldn't. And that's exactly, oh yeah, that's a great one. I actually read a book the other day, a Stephen Covey book.
Oh, yes.
The
7 habits of highly effective or successful people. Something like that.
I don't know. There's so many of them, I think.
Yeah.
But I read one of them and it just said, it was quite interesting. It really kicked me. And I say to people, gosh, if I talk about people, I would say it, and I would say this if they were sitting here.
Right.
And it made me really reflect on, would I say that my internal talk to myself if I was on stage?
Good.
Because I'm one who doesn't beat myself up a lot, but there are still, moments that I say things to myself like, oh, you're stupid. Why did you do that? And then I go, oh, why would I say that? And so it's really made me think, would I say that, would I say that if they were sitting there, if, you're stupid or whatever it is, but would I say that to myself if I was on stage publicly? I'd be like, no. So then it's really allowed me to reflect on
I love that.
those things that I say. Yeah, it was, I can't remember the book, but it was quite interesting. But that alone has made me rethink my internal words, and what I say out loud.
Yeah,
because I quite often talk to myself.
I think we all do. I do too.
Yeah. Well, it's great. I win my argument. But yeah, that's an interesting one. But I think
that's because that's the whole part. So I think to our listeners, this is what we're trying to say is your intentions are spoken out by you. So it's by being very, very mindful and aware of, you don't want to be punishing yourself into any of your intentions. This weight loss one that we keep circling back around because it's a brilliant example.
Well, I mean, weight loss is one that I just find so many people, no matter, but weight loss, but the whole weight loss or the energy, or, you've got like the models, they all have issues with their body. We've all got something going on. So don't even BS yourself. We've all got something going on. And I think that's really important to remember.
Yeah. It's very important to remember, because the other part in all of this, to bring that back about the weight loss part, is we're not just these slabs of meat.
No, I know. We're absolutely not.
It's about
we're not hunks of whatever. Yeah. Weight loss is just a massive BS thing that most people beat themselves up over.
I know, but it's over identifying with the physical form is all I am, because it is so not. There is so many. We are multi-dimensional, multi-layered, multi-capable beings.
Yeah.
And
it's a comparison. It's comparing ourselves to others.
Well said. That's a whole nother conversation that we could have. That one breaks my heart, actually. How many times people self-deprecation comes from looking at somebody else and saying, well, they're all way better, way smarter, way slimmer, way fitter, way whatever than I am.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
But you don't, and well, that's social media too. What people portray.
Gosh, yes.
The Christmas cards that come out. And the Christmas photos. I'm having a magical time, but they've just, everybody sit properly, wear the best clothes, smile for the photo.
Yeah.
But in reality,
put the filter
behind
on,
that you've had to take, exactly. Yeah. Behind that you've had to take 50 photos.
Yeah.
To get the one decent
to get
photo.
That one to portray the.
If
the
you've got
family.
Children or animals, you're buggered.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Social media has really set us up for that whole comparison thing, because people then judge what's going on internally based on what they see other people presenting. And like you say, the presentation is not the truth. Presentation staged and airbrushed and photoshopped.
And we don't need more internal talk, because we've already got our own, let alone compare ourselves to other people who portray that they're perfect,
right?
And they're clearly not.
Yes, clearly not. No.
Yeah, and they're clearly not. Yeah. So I like the way of doing your intentions monthly. I like that because it seems achievable as well.
Yeah.
And just making that flow.
But here's another piece about that idea too, is if you start, let's say January 1st, you set an intention to say, I don't know, release 5 pounds. What's that in kilos? 2 kilos. Something like that.
I'd have to Google it. I don't know.
I think it is about that. Anyways, so
Okay.
let's say that was your intention, and then you come to January 31st and we've only released 2 pounds. The key piece here is to just accept that that's what it was. Not to say, oh my God, I suck and I'm a dreadful person because I didn't come up to that. So this is about intentions is a much softer, loving place, but then to allow you to be interested in how does that translate into the reality of what you create or you experience.
Yeah. Look, life isn't about beating yourself up. It's about learning a lesson and stepping up to the next level. Learning a lesson and stepping, because if you don't learn those goddamn lessons, they come bigger and bigger and bigger until you go.
Absolutely. Until you say,
until you're
Uncle,
not. It's a snowball coming down the hill. Yeah.
Until you say, Uncle, I'll sit down and listen. What am I to know right now?
I'm here. I'm what is
listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm listening when And I reference those learning lessons as it's, you get your Nemo fish slap. And if you're not listening, you get your Nemo fish slap, which is such a tiny little fish, but you get it and you go, and if you're quick enough, you can go, oh, I know what that is, lesson. Yep. No, most of us don't. Then we get the tuna fish, which is a little bit bigger. And then we get the salmon, which is a little bit bigger still. And then you get the
dolphin,
the shark.
And then the shark.
The shark, because that comes and bites you and you still frickin' haven't learnt.
Yeah.
And then you get the dolphin, and that has a whack. But then you get the whale, and it's the whale that puts you in the wheelchair, the house goes, the money goes. Yeah. It's the whale that just
it's almost no coming back
as it goes down.
Yeah.
And you're immobilized.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good analogy. So let's work on setting an attention to the Nemo taps.
The Nemo tap, yeah. Get that Nemo and go, aha, I know what that is. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Awesome. So like we said, we will make this resource available to you, and Deb's going to post her one word theme, because I'm not going to let you forget that.
Yeah, I'll post mine. Oh, okay. Oh, I can do that. I can publicly announce. I talk about everything else. Yeah.
2020 is going to be an amazing year. But if I physically
find my word and I start vomiting with fear, I'm probably going to have to contact you, Moira, and go, Moira, I can't even type it. So I'll type it with a word, a letter, and then a space, and then a letter.
Okay. Anybody has problems with it, I can help you with that.
Perfect. And I will be using Moira, so do not feel like you can't use Moira. But don't come to me, because I don't even know what the heck my word's going to be.
I think it's going to be awesome. Well, maybe that's your word. Awesome. No.
Well, that's me every day. No.
That's very true. That's very true. How could you undo that?
Yeah. Oh, look, today was really great. I think we covered a lot, but I'd love to hear how people, what their word is.
Yeah, I'd love to know that too, and how this new energy of 2020 is starting to feel as we step into it.
But for the people who don't listen to this in December, and they might pick it up in January or February or March, or August, it's not too late to set that intention.
Absolutely
Don't think you have to do it every December or every January. Just start a new one.
You can do it monthly, you can do it 3 monthly, you can do it weekly, it doesn't matter. But it's about, like I said, you are claiming authorship of your experience. That's what this is about. And we're working on giving you tools and ideas on that.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. Oh, well, thank you so much for today, Moira, and listeners.
My pleasure, and thank you so much. Thank you to you, and thank you to our listeners. I'm looking forward to more delicious, motivating mindset pieces. It's so fun.
With us too.
With us too.
Yeah, with us too. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Moira.
Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.